We talked Marvel, and I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm a DC guy.
Oh, I'm an anime girl.
You are. I want to talk about the new Batman movie coming out because that is probably the movie I'm more excited about the Batman than I am about Spider-Man Home.
Edward.
I'm far more excited about the Batman. I am a huge fan of Matt Reeves. He directed the Planet of the Apes trilogy, which is a fantastic example of remaking something really, really, really well.
Yes, exactly. That's
really
a good point.
well. And they're talking about. Basically, they think that there's going to be another villain in here, and I do want to critique what they talk about in here because it's not a villain I want to see in a movie anytime soon. So this article is from CBR and says, the Batman synopsis may point to yet another villain. A new synopsis for the Batman may imply that another villain could plague the Dark Knight in the newest cinematic outing. According to the synopsis released by Warner Brothers, 2 years of stalking the streets as the Batman has taken Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne deep into the shadows of Gotham City with his only trusted allies being his butler Alfred Pennyworth and Lieutenant James Gordon. Bruce has, quote, established himself as the sole embodiment of vengeance amongst his fellow citizens. However, when a killer begins targeting Gotham's elite with a series of sadistic machinations, Gotham finds itself on an investigation into the underworld where he comes face to face with the likes of Catwoman, the Penguin, Carmine Falcone, and the Riddler. I'm very excited about Paul Dano as the Riddler. Paul Dano is a fantastic actor. However, as the evidence says, begins to lead closer to home, the Caped Crusader must create new alliances, discover his enemy's true identity, and, quote, bring justice to the abuse of power and corruption that has long plagued Gotham City. While the Riddler's name appears to be in the synopsis, in the mention of, quote, a killer, may mean that this could be a completely different character from the Prince of Puzzlers. I love that. Though who the second character might be is unknown, as the synopsis provides no clues to their identity. In regards to possible villains appearing in the Batman, it's seemingly confined to the actor Barry Keoghan's brother. Barry Keoghan played what's the character's name? He was in The Eternals. He played Druig, which was one of the Eternals in the movie. He kind of looks like Ezra Miller. He looks a lot like Ezra Miller, who plays the Flash in the DC movies. Mm-hmm. So it would be very weird if he does play this character.
Oh my god!
I mean, I hope they change.
Why didn't they just have both Ezra Miller and this actor be together? It would just be like, oh, you're a twin. You're a twin.
What if they were Spider-Man and they did that? And
that'd be cute.
The meme. Basically what happened was, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name. It looks like Keoghan to me. It's like Keoghan, Keoghan.
Terrible names.
Yeah, so I always, that's like the part I hate the worst about this. I'm like, oh, I'm mispronouncing everyone's name. So basically, his brother Eric said that the Eternal Star would be playing the Joker in the movie. However, this does not mean that Keoghan is officially playing the character, as it has not been confirmed by the actor or Warner Brothers. So like, he made a tweet about it and then deleted it later. He's like, my brother's gonna play the Joker. I don't think they should do the Joker. I think if they're gonna use Joaquin Phoenix from the actual Joker movie,
please,
especially within the Matt Reeves, how he's making these movies, he would fit perfectly in that. So, if you could pick a villain, if it wasn't the Riddler, if it wasn't the Joker, who would you rather see?
Do you want like a
Mr.
serious?
Freeze.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Mr. Freeze?
No, I'm just joking.
Bring back Arnold.
Yes, you
bring
have
Arnold
to do
back.
That, though. Yes.
Okay, do you want like a joke one or a serious?
No, a serious one.
A serious one?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Well, we already talked about Batwoman bringing Poison Ivy. I want to see them do Poison Ivy again.
Yes, Uma Thurman, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bring back Uma Thurman. Go with Hush.
Hush is good.
Yeah, Hush.
What's the good Batman? Oh no, let's bring Man Bat. Oh my god, let's bring Man Bat.
Miracle would love that.
Yes.
Miracle's a very big proponent of that story. I would like to see, if we're going to do old school, I think they could do Bane better than they did. If they're going to keep reusing villains, I think they could do Bane better.
I like how they did Bane. Yeah.
I would also like to see the Silencer, who's not really a Batman. It's not from the Rogues, but if they're going to bring new characters in, the Silencer, really good.
Well, I like how they did Bane in the Harley Quinn series. That one was really good because he was kind of like the airhead.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I kind of want to see them do Man-Bat.
Man-Bat. Explain to the audience Man-Bat.
So this character Man-Bat, basically he wanted to be like Batman, and he inserted a serum to himself to have bat powers, but it backfired, and he became a human-like bat creature, and he called himself Man-Bat.
It's a great name.
Yeah. It was very lazy, but basically, I think they talked about it in a recent Batman animation movie where, like, they turn all the characters into, like, animals. I don't know if he was in it. I think they talked about him.
The one where they're in Arkham, and they all get turned into different animals. Like, Harley Quinn becomes, like, a hyena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the Joker becomes a cobra.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that, but I saw, like, a lot of the clips online.
I watched it, and I thought it was meh. Because it was, like, too messy, like how you fear about Spider-Man. This is, like, DC doesn't do it that well.
Generally, they do animated movies far better than they do live action.
That's true.
So I would say Man-Bat then.
Let's do Man-Bat.
We should start, like, a Man-Bat, like, campaign.
Yeah. Well, because, like, we do, like, live nearby, like, the East Coast where there was sightings of the Mothman. That's why I'm so excited if they brought, like, Man-Bat.
Well, explain the moth. I don't know the Mothman.
Oh, the Mothman is basically a creature that certain areas of Virginia, like, was exposed to,
New
like,
Jersey.
Yeah.
Like the
New
Jersey
Jersey?
Devil is a part of that.
I've heard that.
Too.
I've heard
Yeah.
the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, but basically, Mothman was, like, it was touched to nuclear exposure of the land, and some people said it could be a moth that basically mutated to a big thing the size of a human. Some people say it's either a bird. Other people say it could be a human being that basically got mutated and became like this really grotesque creature. But I like the bird idea because it could be a mutation, but there's been 2 sightings of it. I think it was like the 50s or the 90s. I forgot.
That's a big difference. I mean,
she says
I
that
think
like
it's around the
like
50s, 60s, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, 60s. But basically these 4 teenagers, they weren't drinking or anything, but they but they saw something in the woods, and after that they got scared, and then this same thing that they saw in the woods like basically flew after their car like 100 miles per hour, and they saw it. And how you describe it, it's like a big moth-like creature that's the size of a man, and like it's all green, and you can only see its glowing red eyes.
You know what we need? We need Shane Cashman from the Inverted World to really do a good deep dive on the Inverted World, our other channel.
That would be fantastic. That was a fantastic plug, my friend.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
I brought it up
I try to
just
do as
because
much
of
as I
this.
can.
All right, guys. That was all the stuff I wanted to talk about today. That was a lot of fun. The stuff that ended up being like the most off the cuff ended up being, I think, the most fun.
Yep.
So
Me and my Mothman talk. I simped for Mothman.
now I'm going to go deep dive into Mothman. Dad and me need to start a letter campaign to make Man-Bat the next Batman villain.
Can we call Tim Mothman now?
Yes. Yes. No, we cannot.
No.
You can try it.
We could. We'll stand by and watch while you try that. Well, in fact, we'll film it.
No, because like there's a funny meme that goes like, for anybody who's named Timothy, why do you go by Tim? Why don't you just call yourself Moth? Call yourself Mothman.
Tim. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna film. We'll get Nick. We'll get Nick, and we'll film you trying to tell Tim to go by Moth.
Like when the mail comes, you can be like, "Hey, Mothman, your mail's here," and see how it goes.
Go like, Mr. Mothman, here's your mail.
I have no doubt that it will go
I don't know.
perfect.
I feel like Mr. Mothman's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You just got to call him Mothman.
Well, you don't get
What
to
up,
choose your
Mothman?
call signs. You don't get to choose your call signs. They're given to
Fist
you.
bump 'em.
Well, also,
Please, Mr. Mothman is my father.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, also, Happy in, is it called Cyanide and Happiness? They made a cartoon.
What?
Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Basically,
Well,
it's like
it's a comic strip. It started as
it's a comic
like 10 years
strip,
ago.
but they have like a superhero that's named Mothman too.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit.
All right.
Well, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. So when you tell Tim that he's Moth, I want to be there. So please do that.
Okay.
Is it
Um,
Mothman, or is it just Moth?
No, he's just gonna go by Moth, right?
Yeah, like his name's gonna be Moth from now on. Like let's change all Timcast IRL to Moth. Cast IRL.
We'll do that.
Hey, Jess.
Okay,
Let's just
guys.
change real quick.